So, hey, Julius, how are you today? Thanks so much for joining me on this call. We're going to have a really great conversation and talk about what does it take to start a nonprofit organization. I know that you are the founder of Mission Transformation Corp and have a lot of experience in this area. So let's talk about it. Give us a little bit more information about Mission Transformation. How'd you get started?
Absolutely. Well, I got started in 2015. I was motivated. My dad had passed, and I really wanted to do something because he left me a legacy, right, of really exposing me to a lot of things in life, really showing me how to be a man, how to excel, how to perform at the highest level. And so I wanted to make sure that I can go back in my community or go back into a community where I lived and support young males who are in need, right? So that's what has spurred our mission, right? So our mission is to develop, empower, and inspire our young males to excel in academics and community in the world. And our vision is to make sure that we are also having a foundation for them to grow, to be themselves, to be in a safe space, to evolve to the best young man they can be. And so we're looking, we've always been inspired by that. I think it's amazing, right? When you have a passion, when something's birthed in you based on your own life experiences that help you change, other people's lives, right? So I want my life and how I grew up to be a light to others who are in need of resources, support, mentorship, love, care, and an open heart to them, which my father had for me.
Yeah, well, I know as Table Salt Group and Mission Transformation move forward in our partnership, I have always talked about the value of being able to work with a nonprofit organization. And so in my efforts or expertise as business development person who works with others to develop their businesses, there's some things that people need to know, some questions they probably have about, what does it take? What resources do you need? What are the steps to start a nonprofit? And one of the things I always like to get people to identify when we go through this process is understand what your purpose is. And I think you had a crash course, whether it was something that you were anticipating or I'm sure it was difficult to have to experience with the loss of your father, but it certainly helped you to establish your purpose and your why, right? Well, what about the target audience? I mean, you were young. Does that play into the role that you took in terms of reaching out to other young boys?
Yeah, absolutely. So it started, when I was 9. So I told my dad I wanted to play football and wanted to play Pee Wee League football. And he was super, super supportive. And he said, okay, I'm going to expose you to this. My dad played football in high school, had an opportunity to play in college, but did not take an offer. But at that critical age, I really started to understand like my walk. Like not only was he my father figure, but he was like my mentor. So he started that walk with me at age 9 until I was all the way at 18. Never missed a game, always, was in my ear giving me advice, teaching me how to be a team player, how to be, a man of character and high integrity high character and integrity. And so that really shifted for me. And I said, okay, for me, what is going to be my target audience? What is going to be our target audience as a team? And I said, wow, that 9-year-old age range where they're still learning, but they're trying to figure out as a young kid who they want to be. They have dreams, they have aspirations, right? And so they're looking for that. And I think that's a great area to start, a great age to start, because then they can start to tell you, okay, this is who I think I want to be. Either I want to be a doctor, I want to be a firefighter, I want to be a policeman, right? I want to be an astronaut, but in my sense, I just wanted to be a great football player. And what spurred that was I was able to go to my dad, who was like my mentor, and say, hey, this is what I want to do. So we want to give kids that platform to be able to have mentors they can go to and say, hey, this is what I want to do. Can you help me in this direction? And so that's what focus.
Well, you probably weren't thinking at the time about, oh, okay, I'm going to go the nonprofit route versus the for-profit route. You just had a mission and you wanted to charge forth and make it happen. But at some point in time, you had to decide if I'm going to develop some sort of a business out of this, you could go either way. So what were the things that made you realize that the nonprofit route was the way to go?
Yeah, so at the time, right, I formed Mission Transformation, but it was an LLC.
Mm-hmm.
And was not. I didn't have a tax exempt status. I just had the regular business model, right? But I came to understand that if you really want to be in the nonprofit sector, the 501c3 tax exempt document by the IRS, the 1023 easy form that you have to fill out, is going to be very critical in you actually becoming a nonprofit, right? Because what that does is open doors for you to connect with the right resources that are specifically catered to having a nonprofit organization. So once you understand that route of filling that application out and submitting that to the IRS, right? Once you get that completed, you should automatically also, because you have certain documents when you are in the business, when you have an LLC, you have an S Corp, C Corp, you're sole proprietor, you have so many other different documents. But in your nonprofit world, yes, you need to have a business plan, but what's going to be critical are your bylaws, your conflict of interest policies, things that govern your organization. So not only is the 501c3 tax exempt document important, right? That title, that is so important to your success. But what it does, again, on top of your bylaws, conflicts of interest policies, and everything like that, opens doors for you to tap into resources like Apple Education, into partnerships with Chick-fil-A, Jason's Deli as well. And it allows you to be able to provide these resources at a either discounted or free price to students or to mentors who we want to cater to at this time.
Yeah. Well, I love your story and learning more about what you've done so far to get mission transformation to this point. I'm also looking forward to the things that you want to do in the future that have even more impact than what you've already been able to achieve. I know there have been several young men who've gone through the program and have gone on to change their direction completely. Maybe they didn't even think about going to college, or maybe they were having some problems at home. And I know you've been very instrumental in being able to carry out that impact. And I'm just going to say that I'm very proud to be a partner with you, helping you to develop your programs, particularly leadership development, which is one of my areas of expertise. Also, diving in a little bit deeper with big business, or the business development, financial literacy part of mission transformation. And so I look forward to all of the great things that we have in store working together. And I want to encourage those who see this conversation that we're having to donate. I know this is a difficult time for a lot of people, but if you are fortunate enough to be able to work through an organization like Mission Transformation and help young people who are in the most need at this particular point in time, we encourage you to look at the website, learn more about what Mission Transformation does, and also if you're moved to donate, certainly we accept. I know I say we because I feel like we're just family now. We're both headed towards the same purpose, which is helping people in the community through various ways, but donations certainly help us to achieve those goals. So we'll put more information about that in the comment section of this video, and we encourage you to keep watching because this won't be the last conversation that Julius and I have. We just thought it'd be good to talk about what does it take to start a nonprofit. I think after all of these things happen, or we get through all of these things that are happening with the pandemic now, more people's hearts will be touched to go out there and find their purpose, and they might want to start nonprofits of their own. And I think you are a terrific source in order to get people mentored in more ways than one to achieve their goals.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm excited to be a partner with you as well. I know Table Salt Group does amazing work in leadership and development, and things are only going to take off from here. And I'm excited to be involved with you going forward in more of these conversations and these best practices, tips about nonprofits, and just being a benefit to others who want to listen to this. So I'm grateful for it.
Well, I'm looking forward to our next conversation. What are we going to talk about next time?
Surprise. We'll talk about it soon.
Okay, well, stay tuned. We'll see you later. Thanks, Julius.
Thank you.